Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're trying something new here. I'm going to show you from start to finish. So settle in, get your coffee, get your soda pop. We are going from start to finish on how I wrap a full weekend's worth of orders. I think I have just under $1,200 worth of orders to wrap. This is from Saturday, Sunday, and Monday since it was a holiday. And so the very first thing I do is when I have over 10 items, so I don't make any mistakes, I print out all my labels. I won't show you the addresses just for privacy for my customers. So I print out all my labels, guys, and I write what it is and how much it sold for, and I lay it on top of the item. Backtrack, I pull all my items first, obviously. So I used to print out the labels before I pulled the items. And then sometimes if I misplaced an item and I couldn't find it and I had to cancel it, I had already purchased the label, so that didn't work. So the first thing you want to do is pull your items. If you have a table, I use this twin size bed. I'm in the guest room, so that's what I use to lay everything out. So pull all your items. I kind of look over them, make sure there's no holes, stains, or anything. I sell alpaca and wool pretty frequently, so you want to make sure that while it was in the closet or wherever you store your higher end merchandise, that there isn't any runs, holes, stains, or anything that maybe came in contact with it. So I check over the merchandise first, make sure it's good, fold it, put it on a bed, table. Then I go print out all my labels and write how much it sold for and the brand of the item. And so that is the first step. Okay, so then that's done. So next I take out any bags that I'm going to be needing. So you kind of make a judgment call of what items are you selling or that have sold, and what size envelopes or boxes that are going to be needed. Like there are shoes over here, so I have shoe boxes set up. Decide whether it's going ground shipping or priority. I sell on Poshmark and eBay, and 9 out of 10 times on eBay everything goes ground shipping, so you can't use priority mail. But on Poshmark, sky's the limit. You could use whatever you want to pack. Okay, so now that I have my bags that I'm going to be using, then I take my note cards and then I sign my name on all the note cards. Then I decide what stickers each person's going to get, and I buy stickers on AliExpress, just assorted ones. And then when I have under 10 items, I use these little swag bags and I put the stickers in them. I'm out of little Lucky Charms. Usually I have Lucky Charms in there too, little ducks. And usually I have candy, which I'm out. And normally they go in the bag with the stickers. So that is the very first step, guys, or second, 2, 3. I have my tape ready to go. I have scissors, pens, markers. I have everything is ready to go. And then I generally record the video, not always, but if it's interesting, I'll record the video. So that is what's going to be happening next. All right, so now let's just hop into my video. Welcome back to Shop and Tales. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay, and this is my second channel. I will link my first channel in the description, and I may very well choose to put this on both of my channels while my other one grows. So my main channel is going to be beauty, fashion related, and my new channel, which you will be also seeing this on, is just going to be reselling, just everything to do with reselling. So if you're new here, again, thank you so much for stumbling across my neck of the woods. I am going to be shipping 7 or 8. I'm going to be shipping 8 Poshmark sales and 7 eBay sales with you. Gross pay, I think it was just under $1,200, and this is from Saturday and Sunday. Monday was a holiday, so I did include Monday. So 3 days, guys. Okay, so 3 days. It's not an overnight. I'm not here making $1,000 overnight. Maybe someday. Okay, so I have 15 sales, and I'm just going to be showing you each sale. And since this is Shop and Tales, I have a printout of this past week's shopping tales. Some of them are quite funny, so I hope you will enjoy them. Okay, so the first thing I'm just going to wrap, because there's no rhyme or reason here. I took a $40 offer on Poshmark for these size 13 men's double wide leather diabetic shoes. What brand are they? They're Dr. Comfort. I think they retail for over $200. I'll put it here. And so I sold these for $40 on Posh. I had them listed for the past year, guys. It was probably not the best buy, but they are like new and they retail for so much. And I paid $6 for them. I was hoping to get $75 since they retailed for so much, but no such luck. So when I first listed them, I got a lot of lowball offers, like $15, $20. And so yeah, I obviously didn't take it. And so someone just came along and offered me 40, and I took it just to move them out. So there you have it. All right, I'm going to be giving free little stickers, and the only thing that's not here is my thank you stickers, which, can you see? Yes. This is a messy room, guys. Bear with me here. And here are my thank you stickers. Here we go. All right, so I put a thank you sticker on the paper here, and then we tape it up. So I always find when there's a holiday, I think just more people are online shopping, guys. So I feel like that's why this weekend was so good. Not sure when this video will go up. Probably during the week for sure. Okay, and then we want to label it. When you have this many sales, you want to label them ASAP as soon as you wrap it so you don't make any mistakes. And that's where it comes in that I write what the item was, because when I used to not and I just put the how much it sold for, I would tend to make mistakes. All right. Before I start with the funny tales, I am going to, let's just put them down here. I'm going to be talking about, again, returns, okay? So I do have a video called The Dark Side of Reselling where I talk about some returns. I don't offer free returns because I have a store of like just under 3,000 items. The few times that I did offer free returns, I was getting like more returns than ever. I tend to get a lot of buyer's remorse people, I think. And so, yeah, I don't offer free returns. People on eBay will try to return things, and usually I just tell them that I don't take returns because of the amount of items that I sell. And then I just keep it like that, and I decline the returns. Now, by declining the returns for buyer's remorse or fit issues, they could leave you a negative, and yes, that happens. And then if it does, you just simply, you could simply then put, and this is on eBay, mind you, you put that, you know, I'm sorry that it didn't work out. I'm upfront in my eBay listings that I don't take returns, so I'm not like trying to pull a fast one. I always include all the measurements of my items. And so there's that. Oops. That was eBay. See, I'm not used to wrapping them with you. I'm used to just telling you what has sold. And I just put it in a priority mail, and it's supposed to be ground shipping. So, okay, so anyways, getting back to it. I may have to ship off camera, guys, because I want to be able to talk and show you what sold without wrapping and making any mistakes here. Haven't mastered multitasking with this yet, I guess. But I got two down. So I had, let me just stop. I had two people on eBay that purchased jeans. I had the measurements. I had the style name of the jeans. And the first customer opened up a case, a not as described case on eBay, and if that's the case, then eBay does offer guaranteed. Like they're gonna side if someone opens up a case of not as described, they could get the item and cut it up in a million pieces, and eBay's still gonna make you give them the money back, and that's just the way it is. I've had that throughout the years happen. You know, I've gotten perfume bottles sent back like all in little pieces, like glass shipped back to me. Yeah, so people that are just malicious. You know, there are a lot of good people, but there's malicious people, and they know how to work the system. And there are a lot of that on eBay, and skimmers as well. And so the lady brought some jeans, opened a not as described case, and said that the jean number of style number is different than what she received. I'll put the picture here of her picture that she sent eBay and my picture. Same style number, same jeans, but eBay must have not even looked into it, because eBay automatically, okay, she gets her $60 back, and you have to pay for the return label. So she's getting her refund, including shipping. You're paying for the return label. And it's just a pity. It's just a pity, because you could prove that you were right, but it's not about that. Now, if you have people that have buyer's remorse and buy something either by accident and ask you, like, hey, can I return this? I don't accept returns, and I don't accept returns because the amount, I'm not trying to be a pill, the amount of inventory that I have and the time that I put in, I'm not punching a 40-hour clock. I'm punching a 50 or 60-hour clock. And that's not YouTube videos. That's just my, my main job. And so that's why I don't accept returns. It's a one-man show here. I'm the only one that's working on my business here. And I don't have the time to get something back, to, rewash it, re-steam it, relist it, edit those pictures. A lot of times the person has worn it, and it smells like perfume or something, and they know that eBay has 30-day return policy, no questions asked, and that's just the way it is. So I do have that return that I'm talking about, this, with the jeans, that is getting returned to me today, even though I was right. You could see both of the style numbers, the one that she showed eBay saying that I sent her the wrong, and then my picture of the jeans that were sent to her, same style number, same jeans. I'm curious if I'm going to get shipped back a completely different brand of jeans. Either way, eBay took her side, and she is going to be getting the $60 back. So that is a pity. Poshmark, on the other hand, does have your back. They will allow the return if it is not as described, but you're not paying for shipping even. So, I mean, not that you want to get a free pass and make mistakes, but they handle things differently, and I wish eBay was like Posh regarding that. But, yeah, so that's it. Okay, so let's move on here. Maggie Barnes, I've been sitting on this. I will never pick up Maggie Barnes again. That's one of those little popcorn, which I personally like. I have a vacation coming up, and I brought like 6 of them. I think they're usually from Hallmark, the mall. But this is that oversized popcorn. I'll put a picture here. It's size 5X, and I don't pick up 5X anymore, or 4X. They used to be really good, and I used to sell a lot of 4X and 5X, and now they will only sell for like $10 or $15. This sold for $25, and I think first she had offered me like 10 or 15. But yeah, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. I have more, but I won't get on a tangent. So yeah, she offered me 25. I've been sitting on it for I think well over a year, so I just took it. And that was on Poshmark, $25. And that is done. Alrighty. All right, so 3 things wrapped. Okay. Next are a pair of Aerosoles. I took a $67 offer and 50 cents, and that was on eBay. And I just sourced these, oh goodness, less than a month ago. Aerosoles have come a long way. I remember when I was a teenager, Aerosoles were at Kmart, and I used to wear Aerosoles, and you would get them for $10. And they've come a long way. Now they're over $100. And what is that stuff called? Rattan or something? And let's see, are they genuine leather? I think the soles are leather. Nope, they're not. Synthetic shoes. Wow. But so anyways, I paid $5.99, and they sold for $67.50, which I'm going to wrap off camera because I want to do a little TLC where that's concerned. All right, so the next was a Ming Wang blouse. And this brand used to do very well on eBay. I don't think I've ever sold a Ming Wang on Poshmark before. It's sort of like St. John. It's a very good quality, upper class type of look. Size large, that is what the tag looks like. Ming Wang, a beautiful, beautiful like cover up. And it feels like the Santana net from St. John's, but it's not, it's Ming Wang. And someone just came outright and brought it for $59. And that is what I had it listed for, $59. And I haven't been to the Ming Wang website in a while. I'm curious how much they retail for, because I don't know. I don't know how much they retail for. All right, let's see. You want to make sure you give them, be kind to yourself, some cute little stickers. All right, so let's talk about a funny story, guys. I was buying some pants. I'm going to show you the pants. Yes. This was last week. I was looking at these pants. Look at that. That's the waist. It's completely zippered. They are a unisex pant. And I was looking at them on the rack. And there was a guy across from me. And I said, excuse me, because he was trying to get through. And he said, just like this, I'm going to quote him. I wrote it down, guys. He said, no, stop, stay there, I'll squeeze through. Very monotone, very weird, but also funny in a creepy way. So that was very, very interesting. I said, okay. And I think I still like kind of moved in, and he, you know, that was it. You know, no other conversation. That was super, super funny. Okay, next is a citron. This is what it looks like. Citron. And I sold one of these for over 100 a few months ago. That was 100% silk. This is a silk blend, plus size cotton silk blend. Again, citron. Look at that. Okay. And this one sold for $75, guys. $75 she sold for. So be on the lookout for that brand, Citron. And comment below if you've ever sold the brand. I only find it about maybe once a year. And okay, so there's that. All right, next is a hat. I hauled this a couple weeks ago. I brought, I think, 2 or 3 of them. It's just a Mustang hat. Looks brand new. I pay $1 for each of my hats, and someone came and offered me 20, which I took. I could wrap that with ease. So let me wrap this with you. All right. All right, another funny tale. I go thrifting every other day, so this isn't all on the same day, guys. And while I was cashing out, the 2 cashiers were having a conversation among themselves, but obviously loud enough that I could hear it because they're cashing me out. One of them said that she likes to take plus size clothing and make it fit her, you know, alter it to her size. You know, I thought that was pretty cool. And the other one told her she would never do anything like that because she feels bad for plus size people, because it's probably harder to find clothes, which is true, to be fair, that's true. It's harder to find clothes if you're plus size that are stylish and cute that you like. So she told the other cashier she would feel guilty and never do that, because then she's purchasing something that potentially could be for a plus size person that actually fits. Okay, I mean, that's, you know, a little tale there. It's amazing how many, like, you're in people's conversations. It's not that you're like across the room, you know, you are right there and you're like in people's conversations. At least that's how it is when I am sourcing for some reason. Okay, so the next item after that hat was on Poshmark, and it was a Honey Love tank. These are the shaper tanks. I think they retail for about $82. Someone offered me $54, which I gladly took. $54 is good. And then she still had to pay $10, so she's probably $65, $67 with tax in. Give her some stickers here. So that was a very good sale. I'm trying to think what my best sale is. I think I did 2 coats, and I did a quilt, a Tommy Hilfiger quilt. And what I think was interesting is that I've had these I've had 2 twin size Tommy Hilfiger, I'll put a picture up there, quilts for, I think I picked them up during COVID, if that tells you anything. And I just got around to relisting them last month in December. And one sold for $135. I had them for $150 each. And one just sold for $135, which I was quite happy. I'm trying to think what I spent for those quilts. I think I spent $10, between $10 and $14. It all depends on, I think the person marking it all depends on, as far as, you know, how much that they sell them for, because $10, they probably could have gotten 20, but yeah, $10 each. So I'm happy to get the $135 offer. Okay, next is a pair of Judy blue jeans, size 13-31. So it's juniors, button fly, black, full length. And I took a $34 offer. I had them for $40, and I bought them maybe September of last year, because I remember me and my daughter went, and there was like just so many of them, and we like split them up, and we both got some. All right, and again, $34. Judy blue is a boutique brand that is a good. It's good. It fits. It fits much like American Eagle. It has like a good stretch to it if you're looking for a comfort jean. That's still a true jean, but it has some stretch and give to it. So $34 for that. All right, another tail was at the thrift store. Again, it's always at the thrift store. And it was a few minutes before closing, and the manager asked an employee, would you go and mop the front end? Would you go and mop the front end? He said, no, I don't feel like it. And that made me look up. Like I looked up and I was like, oh wow, I would have gotten fired back in the day working at a supermarket or anything. Like if a manager, even assistant manager, asks you to go mop, you're going and mopping. So he said, no, he doesn't feel like it. She's like, come on, please. He goes, no. She goes, okay, I'll go do it, but you go clean the bathrooms. He goes, no, I'm not going to do that. And she goes, why not? I need the help. He goes, I got hired to be a cashier. And that was it. There was no other part of the conversation. That was it. And, you know, when you hear stuff like that, you're quickly reminded that our world has come a long way. You know, some good, but a lot bad, because they can't seem to keep help in, whether it's restaurants, grocery stores, thrift stores. They can't seem to keep help because people aren't willing to do their job. So, I don't know. That was sad. All right. Next item was this beautiful, beautiful alpaca wool blend coat, and this sold for $125, and I paid $9.99. It's just gorgeous. It's like a pale butter yellow. Oh my gosh. And it is full length. I am just under 5'8", and it reaches my ankles. Still reaches my ankles. It is just a beauty, and it's by Jones of New York collection, made in Peru, size 16, guys. It's so gorgeous and so warm and so cozy and right on trend with pastel colors, which is very on trend. And that sold on Poshmark for $125. And it's going ground. It's 3 pounds, and I get these. I will have it linked in the description. I get these big bags, but I think I'm gonna tie some ribbon on it to make it special. And that's something you don't have to do if you're a reseller. It's just something that I like doing. I have a drawer full of ribbon that I've sourced throughout the years. And whether it's a quilt or a coat or something, anything big like that, I like to wrap some ribbon around it. And I know people probably do not care whether it's ribbon or not, but I think it always looks pretty. All right. And I do always like to make the person feel a certain way, feel special when they get, you know, something that they've purchased, because we work hard for our money, guys. Doesn't matter what you do for a living, you work hard for your money. Well, unless you're that guy that won't sweep or anything. I guess he doesn't work very hard, but most of us work hard for our money, and we want to get something and use our money that when we get something, it's like, yeah, you know, no regrets. It's not buyer's remorse. It's no regrets. And so that is what I try to do, you know, with the stickers, sometimes candy, ribbon, like just making things look pretty, basically, for the person. And that is why. If I only have like 5 items to wrap, I'll go the extra mile and not just do a card. I'll actually do a handwritten, like, use their name. These are little thanks eBay cards. Because I have an eBay store, I get those a couple times a year if I need them. But Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. So there you have it. All right, we're trying to get it in the bag here. Again, that sold on eBay. Make it look good. Let's see, where is it going? Oh, it's going to California, guys. Going to California. All right, so I did sell one designer item. I try not to pick up designer items because unless you know the designer items, like you know, and even then, if you know that they're authentic, because you've educated yourself on how to, you know, make sure they're authentic. Again, if it sells on eBay, which it did, that person could come turn around and say it's not authentic, and eBay will side with them. I had a couple years ago some non-authentic Hermes dupe slides that I purchased to resell, and I even said they weren't authentic. I didn't even use the Hermes dupe, or Hermes. I didn't say that they were Hermes dupe. I just said that they were a dupe. And that was on Poshmark, and that was interesting. That's a good story right there too. So that was on Poshmark, and she asked me before she bought them, are these authentic? And I said no, as stated in the listing, they are dupes. So she said, can you take $10? And I said no, because they were at least leather. So I sold them for $50. The authentic ones are over $1,000. So $50, you know, that's good. And I had a feeling, I had that little intuition that, does any of you guys get that? Like an intuition of, you just feel like when you're wrapping something that that person's not going to be happy. I had that feeling. And I ignored it because, I mean, what was I going to do? I guess I could have canceled the listing. And I sent them to her. She opened a case with Poshmark saying that they're not authentic. And I said, as stated in my listing, that I never said anything about them being authentic. And Poshmark gave her the money back from my account. And she got to keep them. She got to keep them. She didn't even have to return them. So that was a bummer. All right. Made a mistake again, guys. I had to stop wrapping with you guys and just show you what sold and wrap off camera, because I'm making mistakes and we don't want to make any mistakes. I keep accidentally putting them in priority mail bags when I have it clearly laid out to use not priority bags. Okay, so let's see. What else is on this story time here? Mopping. I think I told you guys everything. Oh, nope. Didn't tell you everything. The last time I was at the Goodwill, which was, I don't generally go on the weekend. I think it was like last Friday, not Saturday. And I was looking at blue jeans. And next to the blue jeans are coats. And I had a lady in the coats say, "Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am." At first, when I first hear "excuse me, ma'am," I mean, everybody shops with their friend, their parent, or whatever. I don't always look up. But when you hear "excuse me, ma'am" louder, you look up. And so, let's see, probably about 6 feet away, there was a lady, and she was holding up a green sweater with some gray space dye sweater. And she, again, with the hand, do I have permission to approach you? Are we back in 2020? I don't know. I said, of course. Like, I know I'm super friendly. I'm super happy to talk to whoever, actually. Whoever. I'm happy to talk to whoever. And so she walked around to where I was, and she held up the sweater, and she said, "Are you a direct and honest person?" And I said, "Yeah, I would like to think I am." So I knew that she was going to ask me a question about the sweater, and I am going to be honest, because I always say, don't comfort me with a lie, just be honest. And if my feelings get hurt, I can handle it. I'm an adult. Of course, I can handle it. So she, again, held up the sweater. She goes, "Does this make my face look washed out? How does it look?" And I said, "Well, it really emphasizes your gray hair." And it did. It really emphasized, I think, the gray tweed in the sweater. I mean, that's the first thing I noticed. And so she said, "Okay, but does it make me look washed out?" I go, "No, it makes your skin actually look more tan," because she did have like a self-tanner or something on clearly. And she goes, "Oh, okay." She goes, "Well, and then she put it this way. She goes, if I was wearing the sweater, what would be the first thing notice about me? And I said, your long gray hair, because that's the main thing I noticed. So she said, thank you. And she walked off, and she asked someone else that I didn't hear, but I'm going to assume she asked someone else, because she goes, that lady over there. And then I looked up and she was pointing at me. So she ended up getting the answer that she wanted, because she did end up purchasing it, because she ended up being in line in front of me when I went to cash out. So there's that too, guys. Comment below if you would have lied. Would you have been direct and honest, or would you have lied? This is a stranger, someone that you've never talked to before, and I don't know, if something looks atrocious on me, I don't care one way or the other, but I mean, if I ask somebody's opinion, just be honest, right? I asked, right? So, okay. Anywho, so the next thing I sold, okay, this is the most expensive item that I sold here out of the $1,000, and that is these Valentino Slides. And I took an offer of $310. I had them for $400. I think they retail for just under $1,000. They are genuine leather, and they're just beautiful. They're just beautiful. I did all my research, and they're authentic. They're authentic. Now, I don't have a card to say they're authentic. I am just going by everybody else's that I've read online, that I've asked, that I've sent pictures on Reddit and whatnot. So they sold on eBay. I wish they sold on Poshmark, but they sold on eBay. So I hope that the lady is happy with them. But I generally don't like to sell anything that is designer, mainly because they could return it, and say that it's not authentic. So, but this is going to be, I'll do a little, a short once the lady gets them, whether she's happy or not. I will do a little short on them to let you know, basically, how this sale pans out. And they're just a size 8. They're a platform. They are so cute. So $310. Like I say in all my videos, Poshmark and eBay, because of how I promote things, on eBay I use the dynamic rate. I used to promote at 2, then 3, then 5. Now I use the dynamic rate, and that definitely makes daily sales. But keep in mind that I'm gonna have to look. I'll put it here how much I ended up getting. So she paid $310. I didn't get $310. eBay probably made, I don't know how much eBay made. But I know like even just on a blouse or a shirt that I sell for like 30 or 40, eBay makes just under $10. Because of how I promote things. So you want your eyes on the algorithm needs to be your friend, and unfortunately you have to comply with what they want you to do if you want sales. Unfortunately, that is the name of the game. When I first started selling on eBay, I wasn't even using pictures, guys. I was just using descriptions. And I didn't have a digital camera when I first started. And I would just describe things and they would sell. Can you even believe it? Then I got a digital camera and I would take pictures. No, backtrack. Before my digital camera, I had a 110 camera, and I would take pictures and take them to the pharmacy to develop. I had a scanner. I would come home and scan the pictures and then list them. Can you even, like, imagine going through that nowadays? Like, no one would be reselling, I don't think. And then I got a digital camera. But it's just amazing how far, how far technology has taken us. There's, like I said, good and bad. It makes it super simple, being able to have a phone that is also the camera, and then you just upload the pictures right up from your phone. You don't even need a camera, although your pictures would probably be better if you had someone taking the pictures and editing your pictures with like a regular old-fashioned camera or a 35 mil. But it's crazy to think that when I started eBay, in 1999, I was able to sell things with no pictures, just a description, which is crazy. And it was like little kids' toys, Walmart clothes, believe it or not, stuff like that. Okay, so that is it for my that's it for my shopping tales. And that is how I remember. Like, I don't have a good memory to begin with. So, like, if I'm shopping, I have my phone out anyways because I'm pulling comps on things. And if someone says something funny or very interesting, then I will verbalize it into my phone and it will type it up. Okay, so we have a few more things, guys. We are sitting at 30 minutes already. Oof. All right, so the next was a man's pair of, I'm trying to think of what type of leather it was. It wasn't crocodile, wasn't eel. I'm trying to see. Oh, genuine ostrich, guys. So these are navy blue genuine ostrich, obviously vintage, I would think. The brand name is just called David, and they are size 11 genuine ostrich leather, size 11 in navy, and the brand has a big X and it says David. And I picked these up for $8.99 down in Texas when I was sourcing in Texas. That was last summer of 2024. And I paid $8.99 and I sold them. I took an offer of $100. I think I had them for $150 since they were genuine ostrich. Again, trying to move things out. So yeah, I took an offer of $100. So I've heard people say, as states go, Texas is the best place to source. But then recently, I just heard that it was Nevada, specifically Las Vegas. That has the best sales. Let's see, what type of, those are good, little stickers here for him. Yeah, so that's interesting. I don't know. I've sourced in, gosh, probably, one more thank you stickers. I'm trying to think of how many places that I've sourced. Maybe 6. I've sourced in Connecticut and Massachusetts and Texas and Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. I've sourced in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm trying to think where else. Oh, in Pennsylvania. So I've sourced quite a few bits of different states, different places. And I still find that North Carolina, which is the state that I'm in, is the best. And when I say the best, it's not like I'm finding all these designer items, because I wouldn't be selling them anyways if I found designer items. Rarely, because 9 out of 10 times it's a return or it's not authentic or whatever. But prices here in North Carolina, I don't know any other state that has prices cheaper. I have right up here, I'll put the picture of what I pay as a reseller. And I generally, when things are priced up, I generally don't get it. So I'm really deliberate on how much I'm willing to pay for things, because I know all the, I know that, you know, when you promote listings and what the fees that these platforms take is a lot. So you want to keep your cost of goods. I wish I was the person to go to the bins every day and have the cost of goods be like $1 or $2. But my average cost of goods is $5. So what is the best state that you have ever, oh, I hear Chicago's actually really good too. Not state, city to resell. Getting a big, huge stack here. Okay, so I have some things that are wrapped and some things that are not wrapped. So let's just move on to this coat that sold on Poshmark for $40. This is one of those Oro lay coats. A lot of YouTube influencers pumped this bad boy up. Maybe, was it during COVID or was it 2019? I'm trying to think. No, I think it was 2020 or 2021. Everybody and their sister and brother was getting this coat. It's just an extra small. So I used to buy things from ThredUp back in the day, and I used to sell to ThredUp, and that was another stream of income. But then they changed, and they are not reseller friendly at all now, and so I don't bother with them anymore. And so this coat was in a box of coats that I purchased. I think the coats was like $60 or $70 for like a dozen coats, and they were all duds. They were all like vintage or stained or ripped. Like it wasn't good. Maybe it's gotten better. So I would have never picked up this coat. I don't care how popular it is. I wouldn't have picked up an extra small coat, because I tend to just sell extra large through 3X. I think they need some ribbon. So yeah, so this coat, I'm trying to think of how much it retails for. I'll put it here because I think they also sell it on Amazon. And I thought $40 wasn't a good cost, but I want to be done with it. And coats do take up a lot of room. I have all my coats hung up in that closet up there. So every time I do sell a coat, I got to move that clothing rack to get to the coat, which isn't fun. All right, so let's do this. And it sold, did I say where it sold? It sold on Poshmark, guys, $40. And I think I had it listed for $75. Oh my gosh. But we're trying to move things out. And to move things out, I needed to do it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap that off camera. That is pre-wrapped. Okay, so the last two things, guys. So the last two things. Okay, so early this morning I had a sale, and it was these Steve Maddens. This was a collab with Dolls Kill. Heavy, chunky, 5-inch, thick heel. They are extremely well made. It's not the lower tier Steve Madden, it's regular Steve Madden. And it is the Cager, size 6, genuine leather. And these got so much attention from when I first listed them even. And I knew that they were a collab, so I wasn't going to, sell them for pennies. And I think I had them listed for $70, and someone came and offered $51, and I took it. Okay, and then the last thing was this Tommy Hilfiger vintage coat, and that sold for $150. And that's going to Newport Beach, California. And again, I'll put the picture here, and this is it. So it's already folded. There's the Tommy tag, and I have 2 of them. I have 1 more left, so that needs to get wrapped as well. Oh my goodness, and there you guys have it. So I know this was all over the place, okay? I do have ADHD, and I'm all over the place, so these videos are going to be hopefully relatable to some of you guys, but not all of you guys. So anyways, let me know if you like this format of telling you about the shopping, shopping tales and wrapping and all that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will be back soon with another What Sold video, because I need to finish this and get it up. Thank you for watching.